I don't know what the free throws were in the third quarter, but that was the big difference in the game. They got to the bonus early, marched to the line a bunch of times, and were able to crawl back into it. And then fourth quarter we had a rough shot making quarter, but we had great opportunities. So disappointed that we weren't able to finish the game and win. But I see a lot of good things that we're doing, and we're going to keep working at doing them.
Was there a change from Denver in the third quarter that you felt like helped them get to the line a little bit more often in that frame, because their bench was kind of struggling in the first half?
Well, when Jokic went out early, they went smaller and just made a concerted effort to put their head down and drive the ball. And, whether or not they were all fouls, I'm not going to get into that, But they're an experienced team, and they did what they needed to do to hang around and give themselves a chance in the fourth. And so, that's what happened. Man, we had we had some great looks, and just but it's a long season. We just got to keep shooting them.
Well, what happened in that sequence right in front of you, about 20 seconds to go? The foul call on Mathurin, it seemed kind of ignited something that was hard to see from up where we were.
You trying to start something? Well, it's pretty clear what happened. I was telling Ben not to foul. I don't believe he did foul, and there was a call. And then, I certainly disagreed. And, in that moment, you hope for some basketball decency, let a coach, vent, whatever, and then he calls a technical, which shocked me, really. But it's my fault. You shouldn't get a technical, So, but there are going to be calls that are disagree calls, and it's all part of the game. If we make one or two more shots, we're all singing a different tune.
What did you think of Bennedict's second quarter and the way he was able to bounce back after one of his first kind of off nights of the season on Monday?
Second quarter was spectacular. It's a long game. Second half, they came out at halftime. They were going to adjust to him, make it tougher. And this is just part of what he's going to need to go through as a first-year player, going through how teams adjust to the dynamic things that he does. And so the one thing that I'm so impressed with him is he's just undaunted. He just continues to play his game, doesn't get down, continues to have a strong belief in his abilities, and he's an attacker. He's a rare young player that's just unfazed.
Or did it feel like that third quarter maybe was a missed opportunity in terms of Jokic on the bench for 11 minutes, and I think you were outscored by 9 or something?
Yeah, I mean, yes. But at the same time, we had foul trouble. I mean, Myles had 4. Isaiah got his 3rd. Decided to get Goga in the game. Goga did a good job, and then they got on a run, and so it just turned into a rat game, which is what they needed to do for, to give themselves a chance to hang around. So, yeah, the big thing was the fouls, and when they went smaller and put Highland in there, and and Gordon was driving the ball, and they marched to the free throw line. I mean, the third quarter must have taken 40 minutes, with all the free throws that were taken. So that was the big thing. And I mean, they were in the bonus after 2 minutes or something like that. So it's a tough proposition. But I got to look at the sequence of all the events down the stretch. I mean, Tyrese hit an amazing shot, and if his foot is, an inch further back, we take a lead, and then the whole complexion completely changes. So it's a game of inches and millimeters. It can be that close.
And then were you good with that last sequence, and what goes into maybe, it's kind of a little wild, chaotic, late. I think 8 seconds rather than use a timeout or not, and just let them play. And that, what was the thinking in there for you?
Get a good shot, get a clean look. And Myles got it was an okay look. I mean, it's in that situation. I like, for our team, in that particular situation, I like using the court, using momentum, and trying to. In most cases, you'll get a better look doing that than allowing them to bring their better defenders in the game. So, doesn't mean we'll do it all the time, but that's the way we did it tonight.
I apologize for this one because I'm sure you've been asked it a ton. What do you like about Ben coming off the bench versus starting? Is there something that it does for him, I guess, as a young guy?
It's the best thing for the team.
I guess how so?
Because it gives us consistent scoring off the bench. And it's a good way for a young player to gain an overall perspective of the game. He's going to be a starter in this league at some point. I think that's pretty clear. But there are certain things that are important. To not skip any steps, and so he's been great about it. But the short answer is it's the best thing for the team, and that's the only thing that anybody should care about. And if that's not what they care about, then they're going to have a problem with me. And probably everybody else in the locker room too.
Obviously, we didn't make shots in the second half. They were without Jokic, so their offense was a little different. But guys stepped up for them. Bones Hyland was making some plays. They got it going. The other guys got it going. So when Jokic came back in, it kind of just flowed the right way. And they went zone, and that kind of stunned us a little bit, but only because we weren't making shots. I would blame that versus the offense not running the right way. I would blame just not making shots. But we got to close games better, and that's on me. It starts with me as the point guard. But, just down the stretch, just got to get better shots.
Did you think your late jumper was a 3 right after you hit it?
Yeah. I don't know. I got to rewatch it, but it's probably like KD in playoffs, like my toes on it. But, yeah, it felt good.
You guys got some open looks in the fourth quarter, but you say you got to close the game better. What do you feel like you could have stepped up, down the stretch to close this game?
For me, it's just being more aggressive. 2 air balls in the second half, especially that one late in the corner that honestly felt good leaving my hand. So for me, it's just about being aggressive, making shots. Defensively, I thought we got enough stops. I hit the jumper to tie it up. Jokic came down, made a big play. And then I felt like I got a good shot the next possession and just missed it. And obviously some things happened down the stretch, but, what can you do?
It was right in front of you, so what did you see and think of the Mathurin foul call with about 20 seconds left in this game?
It's easy for me to tell you that I don't agree. Don't know what the last 2 minutes going to tell you. Could care less, honestly. I think he was going to foul, but I don't know if he did. But not my decision to make. And, they made the call. We got to live with it and move on.
Tyrese, are you surprised by anything Ben does anymore?
No. That's what he does.
Like you said, it's obviously not new, but just what impressed you about that stretch? Just when he comes in there and then he just goes off in the second quarter.
My favorite part about today was last game was probably his biggest struggle. And I think he would agree with that. That last game was probably his worst game in his mind. He made some plays, but obviously didn't make the shots that he wanted to. And I was very curious coming in today to see how he would respond. But he's a gamer. And, I would bet that last game was eating at him a little bit. And he came and performed today and just did what he does.
What do you think was the kind of the biggest thing he had to shake off from that one? What was different about him Monday that you haven't seen?
He's just not making shots. Like, it's a make-or-miss league. The good thing is he's not in college anymore, so you play in a couple days. Like, you practice the next morning, get on with it, play the next day. Like, I always say, like, when you leave the arena, like, wash the game away, watch the film, whatever, but you play again in a day or two. So that's the great part about the NBA is we play so consistently.
I just feel like they asserted themselves a lot more in that towards the end of the third quarter. You got to give credit where credit's due to their second unit. I think they came in and made a difference for them. And it's unfortunate turn of events. We feel like we're in a position to win that game, and things just didn't fall in our favor.
I believe earlier in your career at one point you called Jokic the hardest guy to guard, or one of the hardest guys to guard in the league. How do you feel like you did on him in this game?
I feel like I did a solid job against him. He's back-to-back MVP, deservingly so. But I feel like I held my own. I know he's gonna hit tough shots, but he missed some shots as well. And I feel like I defended him as well as you could that game. And I'm always go out there and give my best effort, and I think that's what I did.
Final 5 or so minutes, you guys got some good looks but couldn't hit them. Eventually didn't get the win, obviously. What did you see as the difference down the stretch of this game?
Just that. Shots didn't fall. I think we got decent looks. They tried to go zone against us. I think we played some good zone offense, but the shots just didn't fall. It was tough.
Myles, what do you think about just kind of Ben's response, and are you surprised by anything he's doing anymore?
No, absolutely not. I knew he was going to come out and play the way he played tonight. He shot the ball exceptionally well. That was one big thing. I think it was huge for his confidence, huge for our team confidence, and it really gave us a boost when the first unit didn't come out firing. So, I expect him to continue this level of play. He's a rook, man. I mean, things have been going really well for him, but it's going to be an up and down season. And I think that, that's kind of what happened last game. We tell him all the time, you're in the scout report now. Guys are scouting you, and that's a big thing. And he's a solid player, man, great player. So he's gonna figure it out.
Pretty much the way the defense was playing me, having my teammates trusting me to take those shots and staying locked in, pretty much just making shots and playing with my team.
Is that one of those stretches when you hit one and you just feel like they're all going to go in? I mean, I guess at what point in that stretch do you think anything they're put up there is going to fall?
Well, pretty much, like I said before, I'm going to step every game with the same confidence. I make 7 shots, or I make 5. I'm going to stay the same, but, like I said, having my teammates that helps me get going for sure. It's great.
Did it mean any more to you, and did you want to have a better game after your lowest scoring game of the season Monday to come out and have a strong performance today?
For sure. I wanted to bounce back. I wanted to, just play really hard and try to get a win.
What were just the biggest lessons learned from that one? I guess what did you take from Monday night to say, man, I don't want to do that again. I'm going to change today?
Just pretty much staying locked in. I made some bad decisions today too. Watch the game again and learn from it. And play on Saturday against Toronto.
Do you think there's a value to you to coming off the bench? Is there something you like about it in terms of the rhythm it gives you the ability to watch the game a little bit and kind of see what's going on and then get started? Is there a value to it for you?
For sure, coming off the bench, helps me see how the defense plays our guys, and it's pretty much, it don't really bother me, coming off the bench, I'm still gonna go out there and try and do everything to help my team win.
Is there anything you saw while you were, sitting and waiting that told you you're gonna be able to exploit something?
Well, pretty much, how the defense was playing the guys, felt like they weren't running back, so we took advantage of it.
Were you trying to foul with 22 seconds left, or were you trying to defend for that?
No, I was trying to defend.
And Rick didn't like the call. I'm assuming that's it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I didn't think it was a foul, but they call it so.
I feel like the energy, just the whole momentum of the game has changed. I feel like we came out a little. I guess we didn't hit first. Then I feel like as the game started going on, we started to hit them back, and we just brought that energy, and the fans was in it. Like it was just the right environment. We started taking the lead and stuff. Then, the game started to go
You've been
sideways
playing with Myles a little more recently than you have. What do you like about how that pairing allows you guys to play?
I feel like it puts Myles in a position where he can shoot the ball. I'm doing the same thing, and it's also sort of like a help thing. Like if he's guarding a bigger guy, I can come and help. And it's like rebounding. I feel like it's not a problem with both of us, and we can both get rebounds. I just love playing with him.
Between the legs, dribble before a jumper today, the lefty,
Yeah.
jump out of the gym. Were you kind of feeling it today on offense?
Yeah, I was. That's something I've been working on, and something that's been in my bag. I just ain't pull it out yet. And tonight, it was just one of those nights where I was just feeling it.
Is there something about the way this game played that sort of fit your style? I it's just the up and down piece of it.
Yeah, I mean, we were just getting up and down. We played with a lot of energy. I feel like that's my role as a team, just to bring energy when I come in, just doing everything, being everywhere on the floor, whether it's on the defensive end, offensive end, just being that energy guy. And I feel like, I mean, we did that tonight just as a whole group, and I feel like I stepped up too. So,
What did you think of Benedict's performance in the second quarter?
man, he's a killer. That boy's a killer. Man, I love it, man. It's like just to see him doing his thing. It's like, especially as a teammate, just seeing him come in right in. Like after he hit the first three, I already knew it was gonna be a long night for him. Like, and he just kept me, just was feeling it. We just kept feeding it to him. He just had the hot hand, and I just love seeing it, man. It's like I've never been a guy that hate or boast somebody. So I mean, I love it when people like had their night, like, cause I mean I want people to do the same thing for me. So.
Last week you talked about how in year 2 you feel calmer in games. Does that make it even more impressive that it's his 11th game and he's already able to do stuff like that?
It's amazing. It's like the way he has a handle on the game already as a rookie is amazing. Like how he just gets to the rim whenever he wants. The way he knows when to shoot and when not to shoot, when to pass. It's like he fits this program. He's going to be a good player like going forward. So I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see the growth.
You were talking about the energy in the crowd tonight. Can you really feel that energy when he's got it going, in particular
Yeah,
the way
of course. The fans love him. I love seeing it, man. It's like it sort of brings the whole team energy when somebody got it going. It's like the whole team just sort of picks on that energy and just picks everything up, and you just feel it, man. It's like I know you guys felt it because I definitely felt it, especially being on the court. It's like seeing him hit a three or seeing him make a big play. It's like you have no other choice but to be turned and just be up, like on your feet and stuff. So.
One thing Tyrese said, it was most impressive because it was right after what statistically was his worst game.
Yeah.
What is, especially a guy who's not far from being a rookie yourself, what does that mean to see a guy
it's like,
have a down day and then have that?
Yeah, it's just a bounce back. It's impressive that he's got it as a rookie. He knows like he had a bad game, so he got to just pick it up. He doesn't dwell on it. Like that's like something that it takes a minute for people like to pick up. It took a minute for me to pick it up, like to know if I've had a bad game. I always get down on myself, but he just got a different mindset, man. He knows what he has to do. He knows his job. Like he knows what he has to do, and he's just doing it. So.